Hi there, we are back for another episode of Shadowbringers, and in this episode I want to do the level 80 job quest for summoners. Before I start with the quest, I will show you where you can get the item level 430 gear. Teleport to Tempest, the Ondo Cups. Before you have access to this gear, you need to meet some requirements. And to check if you have access to the gear, check your journal, complete, open the class and job quests, Disciple of Magic job quests, and look for the summoner. You need to complete the quest An Art for the Living. It's the level 70 quest from Stormblood for the summoners. Scroll down. The next summoner quest will be available from Ymhitra once you have met the following requirements. You must have registered a product key for Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers to your service account. You must have completed the main scenario quest Shadowbringers, and you must have completed the role quest A Tearful Reunion. So, check this here, role quest for Magical DPS A Tearful Reunion. You need to complete this quest. Then check the Shadowbringers main scenario. It's the final quest of patch 5.0, Shadowbringers. So you need to complete these two quests and the job quest from Stormblood, the level 70 job quest. So then you have access here at the Tempest at X 34.3, Y 25.6, Z minus 1.5. And you have to talk to Greenard. And here you can see Magical DPS, Journeys and Gear. So, and I will have the gear for my summoner. So the weapon. This is headgear. Body. Hands. Legs. And feet. So, let's try on. And it's a horn again. Okay, so here's some light. Okay. This is the item level 430 gear for summoners. The weapon. Okay, and now let's start with the quest. We will go back to Gridania. The Lancers Guild. The Upcaloo Falls. Here we talk to Yumhitra. We are here in Credania in Old Credania at the Upcaloo Falls at X 10.8 Y 6.2. To be second best. Reward is some grade 7 materia. Yumhitra is eager for news of her sister. Sweet. I was just about to contact the Science to ask after my sister, and here you are to provide a report in person. What news? To the first? One of the 13 reflections, you mean? I had thought my field of expertise a complicated one, but I struggled to comprehend the enormity of your tale. Still, Stola seems to be faring well enough, and for that I am grateful. Ah yes, before I forget, I actually had a message to pass on to you. Do you recall Summoner Yayasamu, formerly of the Company of Heroes and current member of the Immortal Flames Summoner Squad? He commands both an Ifrit and Titan Agi, and is likely one of the more seasoned. Well, I am sure you remember. He's in Credania on leave, as it happens, and asked me to direct you to the Carline Canopy should you stop by for one of your unpredictable visits. I believe he wished to consult you on some private matter. It would be kind of you to lend him an ear if you have a moment or two to spare. Let's talk to him. Teleport to the airship landing. Bloody hells, I was just thinking about you, and there you are. Yumhitra had a word on me behalf. I take it. Well, let's not stand on ceremony. I'll not mince words with you. I need some advice concerning summoners in Mortal Kombat. They tell me you have a special nature but prevents primers from enthralling your mind. So, what I want to know is, what's your thinking on being sent out to the front lines every time a beast tribe scrapes together a pile of crystals? That's just the way of things. I'm happy to be able to help. I'm happy. So you just see it as your rightful place. Folk need your help, and you've been blessed with the means to help them. Well, that's one way of looking at it. Me, I'm in it for the coin. Have been ever since I sold me spells with the Company of Heroes. Most of the soldiers I march with ain't much different. We are happy to put our lives on the line as long as there's a purse waiting for us at the end of the day. The pair were joined in on our last skirmish, so now there's a whole nother story. You've heard of Arenwald and Fordola, I? The lad's one of the science, some as you. No mystery here. As for the lass, she's a bit more complicated. Former officer in the Imperial Army, captured by the Resistance and steps away from the news. Fighting for Alamigo as a conscript now, which is the only reason she's still breathing. Barely mourns proud, the both of them, and they was deployed with the Flames to assist with down in Ifrit. From what I hear, they share your resistance to primal influence. And that's the whole reason they had the dubious honor of standing in the thick of the flames. Meanwhile, me and my fellow summoners was cowering in the shadows, sending out our Eggy to support these youngsters, what have seen less than 40 summoners between them. Can't say I cared much for the experience. It bothered me to think they was being made to fight a battle what weren't theirs, just because of who they are. Do you think you could talk to them for me? Ask how they feel about the whole thing? You're about the only person I can turn to. Methinks. You'll find Arenwald in Ralga's reach, and he'll know where to find Fordola. Sweet, I heard you had returned. What can I do for our honored champion? Yeah, Samu said that. We joined them against Ifrit, but I thought him more annoyed by our presence than concerned for our well-being. Why don't I save you some time and include Fordola in this conversation? We can visit her in her cell over in the city. Fair morn to you, Fordola. You again, and I see you've brought company. What is it now? My thoughts on fighting primers? Is that what you came all the way here to ask me about? I fight because I like the idea that I can help others, the feeling that my presence is needed. Not hard to explain, considering how my own mother decided she didn't want me around. And then there was that nightmare at the Waking Sands. Abba and Ollie gave their lives to save mine, and I strive to be the sort of man whose life was worth saving. How very honorable, but no such lofty ideals rule my actions. My own will doesn't come into it. Fighting was part of the deal when they conscripted me with the other convicts. I follow orders, and I get to live. And if I died on the battlefield, no one would shed a tear. Don't say that. You think I'd be glad to see you killed? You'd be about the only person who wasn't. And what about you, hero? You're usually the first one they throw into the dragon's maw. Let's hear what battles you've been made to fight. I was summoned to a world drowned in light. I joined the struggles of a man seeking to save a companion. Summoned in a world. You journey to another star to bring back the darkness? I'm not sure if you are the realm's greatest champion or the realm's greatest liar. I believe you, sweet, and want to follow the path you walk. Even if I could never hope to carry the same burdens, I can at least work towards having a sturdier back. Speaking of burdens, you know a little something about that, don't you, Fordola? You weren't fighting for yourself after all, but for your comrades. We are not so Don't pretend my gift is anything like yours. I wanted it, asked for it, even, but got more burden than I bargained for. How many souls were sacrificed for that research? No, the power they gave me was tainted from the beginning. But if I can do some good with it, then maybe they didn't die for naught. Satisfied? Then leave me be. I've got training to do. Oh. Okay. She still snarls like a chained dog. Amidst all that growling, so she gave us a glimpse of her true self. Enough that I'll know when to lend a shoulder, even if she wouldn't let me see her suffering. Now, don't be getting the wrong idea. Same age, same homeland. I can't help but care a little about what happens to her. Anyway, I have my own training to think of. Give my regards to Summoner Yaya Samu. You've been to see them two youngsters then? Huh. So that's the way of it, huh? Well, I shouldn't be surprised considering the example they've been given to follow. And now that I know how they're approaching these fights, I can adjust my own tactics accordingly. One's passionate and the other's reckless, so they'll both need some watchful support. I'll do what I can to stand in for you, so I doubt I'll ever replace you. They'll call me the second best summoner in Eorzea. How's that for humble? Alright, I think it's past time I was on me way. Give me best to Ymhitra, sweet, and thanks for humoring me request. Everything went well with the lieutenant, I trust? I won't pry into the details, but I'm glad to see you looking so content. To master summoning is an arduous journey, yet I imagine the going is made for smoother with a mentor such as you. I'm somewhat envious of your younger colleagues. And if I'm to mirror their progress, I must not allow my own scholarly research to fall by the wayside. Good day to you, sweet. Complete. Okay. So we have a new achievement. Farcaller is our new title. Profile. So by name. There. So Farcaller. Okay, that was it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.